Hi, it's me, Austin. And okay, that's enough of that. Anyway, this is a sort of State of the Union address from me, from ShoddyCast. Let me explain. Where's Josh? Where's Kyle? I missed when this channel was good, but it only had 20,000 followers, and they were all doing a podcast for Elder Scrolls Online, a game they ended up not even liking all that much. Well, now it's time to let you know that...
Ugh. When someone in my comments asked me to make a video on ShoddyCast after my Anthapple video, I thought to myself, why would I make a video about ShoddyCast? I like his lore videos, though I haven't seen one in a little while. Did he stop making them? Little did I know that ShoddyCast had been replaced by a tiny, unbearable gremlin, the literal embodiment of a jack-officer from South Park. Oh, the tides are changing. A storm is approaching, and it reeks of MatPat.
Hi, it's me!
But let's go back to the beginning.
What we do here is go back.
The creation of the channel began with Josh and Kyle, two friends who wanted to start a YouTube channel and apparently make money while doing it. They began with a gaming channel that had very little success. After this channel was taken down, they tried again, this time deciding to focus on the game Guild Wars. ShoddyCast created their channel on September 7th, 2012. The beginnings were humble. Their first video, which you won't be confused as to which one it is, they've literally titled it ShoddyCast's First Video, is a video on choosing an order in Guild Wars 2. And for the first few months of his channel, he primarily focused on these videos. After gaining relatively little traction with these videos, they began to add Let's Plays to diversify the channel. But ShoddyCast's first major success would be their video, 4 Things the Fans Want from Elder Scrolls Online. After this video, their focus on their channel would begin to shift from Guild Wars to Elder Scrolls Online. And as the Elder Scrolls videos grew in popularity, the Guild Wars videos would become fewer in number. They would then release the trailer for their new concept, the Elder Scrolls Lore series. A video that revolutionized their channel. Just kidding, this video actually received about average reception compared to their other videos at the time, but this wouldn't dissuade ShoddyCast. Shortly after, they would release the prologue video for the Elder Scrolls lore, and this video would be the one that launched ShoddyCast to the next tier. Garnering over 800,000 views, this video blew his previous work out of the water. But this was no one-hit wonder, with the first chapter of the lore videos gathering an astounding 2.3 million views. The Guild Wars videos were quickly forgotten about, and the focus shifted to the Elder Scrolls entirely. Not only were each of ShoddyCast's main entry lore videos averaging around 1 million views, his Elder Scrolls Online weekly videos saw a significant boost in their viewership. ShoddyCast's lore videos were popular for good reason. They were stylistic and extremely entertaining, an impressive level of production, especially for the time, from a channel that was only a year old. The Elder Scrolls lore videos would begin with the iconic Elder Scrolls theme, specifically the Oblivion rendition. The narrator would draw you into the world, and the editing was pretty clean, even early on in the series, with it getting more polished with every release. The videos would use a combination of video effects, game machinima, and still images to convey the story of the fantasy world. Sometimes this presentation could be more engaging than the games themselves. It is no mystery why many fans of ShoddyCast claim to have never played the Elder Scrolls but love watching his lore videos on the topic. The level of effort put into these lore videos required no experience with the games themselves. It was like listening to a chapter of the Silmarillion.
We learned previously that Tamriel did not come about on its own, but rather was created by divine beings. It was the Aedra that gave part of themselves in the creation of Tamriel and Mundus, giving up part of their power to become the bones of Nirn.
The Elder Scrolls lore videos became so popular that they were able to enlist the talents of Wes Johnson, the man who voiced many characters in the Elder Scrolls series, most notably Sheogorath, Daedric, Prince of Madness.
Wait! Scratch that! Cheese for no one!
ShoddyCast had reached the peak of popularity when it came to Elder Scrolls lore, but his channel was starting to taper out. It was time for a change. He began to dabble with the lore of Fallout around late August 2013, with a one-off video that gave a brief overview of the plot of Fallout 1 if the player has bad karma. A few months later, ShoddyCast would premiere their Storyteller series. This series differed in style from the Elder Scrolls lore, it would follow the storyteller, a power armor-clad narrator with a smooth baritone voice. Not only was this series led by a different narrator, this narrator was given his own story arc, a written machinima with its own original characters who would traverse the wastes while coming into situations that would lead to the storyteller telling his stories, these stories being different pieces of lore. Whether he was being held captive or just telling the story to pass the time, he was an interesting way to tie the series together. While the Storyteller series would become more popular than Elder Scrolls lore, they would never completely abandon that series like they did with the Guild Wars. They would continue to upload videos periodically in between ESO videos and Fallout lore. ShoddyCast would continue to produce lore videos over the next few years, and the channel would continue to grow. As the channel grew, they were able to enlist more help, not only to improve the production of the videos, but the variety as well. Over the years, they were able to enlist several high-profile voice actors and the assistance of more editors. Now, ShoddyCast has never really been a one-man team, and many people have come and gone when it comes to producing the content on the channel. The main hosts of ShoddyCast were Josh and Kyle. They seem to be the directors of the channel for much of the channel's duration. On their websites, they list the staff, and along with what is essentially Patreon supporters listed as producers. They may not be exactly Patreon supporters, but from what it sounds like, these people support the channel financially. Their machinists are listed as Tommy Watson and Ben, their narrator, the voice overlord, Jason, and Graham Blackaby and Charles Battersby are credited as writers, with Tegazio being their lore consultant. And lastly, we come to their editor, Austin Hourigan. Now, as ShoddyCast gathered their staff, with the new talent also came new ideas for videos. ShoddyCast would branch out beyond lore into hidden histories, questions of certain characters or factions' moralities, soundtracks, and eventually a series that would be called Science, which bore a striking resemblance to game theory, with all its strengths and flaws.
Austin!
Slowly, Josh and Kyle, along with the Storyteller series, would fade from the spotlight of ShoddyCast channel. More and more other video series, hidden history, science, and a few machinimas would start to take forefront. And with that, we got a little more of this guy. People began to take notice in this change, and they weren't really quite ready to transition from Storyteller videos yet. The Storyteller series was still very popular. Their previous transitions had been much more natural. This seemed a bit more forced on the audience. Kinda like when Channel Awesome started hosting like 30 different shows on the same channel, when Nostalgia Critic has always been their meal ticket. While the Storyteller series hadn't completely been abandoned, they had expanded to videos on games like BioShock, Mass Effect, and even Mafia 3. The final episode of the Storyteller would premiere on January 19th, 2017. This video would opt to finish up the story arc of the Storyteller, rather than be a lore episode. The lore is actually never discussed. Instead, they simply wrap up the machinima tale of the Storyteller. Now, this is not presented as an official end to the series, but it's not unlikely we might not see another Storyteller video for a while. It's been about 2 years since then, with the closest thing we have being an advertisement for a Fallout lore mod, and which adds a bunch of lore to your Fallout 4 game. And it's pretty cool and free to download. It's obvious that they took a lot of time to make this, but a huge portion of the fans don't play the games. They just watch your videos. Unfortunately then, the likelihood of a new Storyteller season got a little bleaker with the departure of the two founding members, Josh and Kyle, and the transfer of the channel to Austin, the guy who makes the science videos. Austin would eventually respond to growing concerns with what is possibly the most annoyingly edited and narrated video I have ever seen in my life. I'd rather watch the BME Pain Olympics video than watch this again, but I've already got this script mostly done, so I guess I'm gonna bear this torture once more. Honestly, I'm pretty sure this style of editing is banned by the Geneva Convention. Austin comes out swinging, or more accurately screeching. With pretentious classical music playing in the background, he announces that the channel you once knew and loved is now under his dominion, and it's a new dawn, an age of annoying announcer guy PNGs and aggressive over-editing.
Dear everybody, hi! It's me, Austin! And okay, that's enough of that. This isn't a true science episode, this is an update. Since most of you are here and not patrons, and most of you definitely don't follow me or ShoddyCast on Twitter, even though you totally should, because, I don't know, just do it! Anyway, This is a sort of State of the Union address from me, from ShoddyCast. Let me explain. This is a video I'm making because, honestly, I don't want to be fielding questions about this for my entire life. Even though when I first started making videos here, all the way until my very last video, I was always still getting, "Where's Josh? Where's Kyle? I miss when this channel was good, but it only had 20,000 followers and they were all doing a podcast for Elder Scrolls Online, a game they ended up not even liking all that much." Well, now it's time to let you know that I am in charge of ShoddyCast. I own it. It's mine.
Oh Jesus, now I know why I can't stand this video. This is MatPat if he just snorted Adderall. He does give a brief history of how he got involved with ShoddyCast, and this part of the video I don't particularly mind. It's kind of inspiring to hear how you can be a fan of a series, and through your own passion and initiative, you find yourself a part of the team that creates the project that you used to follow. It reminds me of how Todd Howard came to be head of Bethesda Studios. But we all know how that worked out. After working with ShoddyCast for a little while editing their videos, Austin suggested that he make a new series on the ShoddyCast channel. With permission from Josh and Kyle, Austin would start his own video series, Rethinking and Science. These videos would be on the ShoddyCast channel until they caught the attention of MatPat himself, who then offered Austin a chance to jump ship. While he was still slightly involved with ShoddyCast, he now shifted focus to Game Theory's channel, and he said it himself that he began to see the ShoddyCast channel stagnate.
I left and, well, if you were a fan of the channel, you know what happened. Some lackluster side projects came out and did not do well. There was a promise of a Fallout movie made and then nothing. A few content spurts here and there, but basically nothing. That hurt for me to see, honestly. While I left to work on my main series, I always considered myself not just a fan of ShoddyCast, but a member. I never felt like I left in my heart. My heart was always here. I built my core audience here. I doubled the channel size with my work here. Y'all, the subscribers, are a mix of my fans and my peers. You're a fan of ShoddyCast just like I'm a fan of ShoddyCast, and it hurt me to see the channel struggle, but I wasn't consulted on it, and it wasn't my business, so the channel stagnated, and I kept working on what I worked on. Then, out of nowhere, Bethesda was like, "Oh, hey, here's a new Fallout game," and I think something clicked in the heads of Josh and Kyle. They didn't have the time or energy anymore to maintain ShoddyCast. Here's a brand new Fallout game coming out, ShoddyCast's bread and butter, and they simply didn't have it in them to capitalize on it. So Josh came to me and was like, "Hey, what do you think? Do you want the channel?" He was offering me the opportunity to manage the channel how I saw fit, to own the channel that has my heart invested in it, to revive it, to heal it, to take all the knowledge I've gained from networking with the biggest YouTubers on the platform and put it to use. You bet your ass I said yes. The legal elements are pretty boring, but I own ShoddyCast. I am ShoddyCast now. All the responsibilities for its growth and success lie on my shoulders, and I intend to do good by it.
Austin has said that he does plan to bring the storyteller back, and the series will focus on lore and less of the independent machinima narrative, which personally, I'm pretty satisfied with. I never cared too much for the machinima narratives. I was always more interested in the actual lore of the games. All in all, the writers and the narrator have not expressed their desire to leave the channel, so there is a good chance the storyteller will be returning in all its glory. While some of Austin's videos may annoy me, and I have little interest in his game theory style videos, he's a very talented editor. His editing on the lore videos is much more subtle than his annoying channel updates. Hopefully this remains consistent. My only concern is it's been about 9 months since his channel update, where he said that he planned to make more storyteller videos. Hopefully he's using this time to make sure that the series is of the quality that we've come to expect. I'll stay tuned. But I swear to God, if the storyteller video opens like this,
Hi!
I've lost all faith in the channel.
Alright, welcome to the ShoddyCast, our first ever real episode, if that's what you can call it.
It's gonna be great.
Yes, it's gonna be amazing. Alright, so just to introduce your hosts here, we have Josh, aka Radon, and you can call me your thief extraordinaire.
A minigun, chambered in .44 Magnum.
Daisy's old body?
When I first arrived in Nuka World, the cyborg ambushed us.
Tamriel, Dawn's beauty in the language of the Altmer, or Tazukan in the Dragon's tongue, is the continent upon which all the Elder Scrolls games take place.